Nice. We get in, we can't keep the gate open for long. Let me level up first. It's very important. Gets greater spell penetration and invisibility. He also takes Enlarged Person and Cat's Grace. He gets tier 3 spells. I get my summon monster upgraded. So now I can summon wolves. Oh, now I can summon multiple wolves. Let's pump my basic 3. And let's put some more into limited mobility, let's say. I would like concentration. Shield focus, maybe. One improved initiative, actually. Alright, good stuff. For my second level spell, I will learn protection. Rogue will get all his roguey stuff and some toughness. And his sneak attack will go up. My Slayer will get a bonus to their studied. And get cleaving finish. So when they kill someone, they will take a swing at someone else nearby automatically. Fighter will get weapon training, heavy blades, and combat reflexes. Nice. We will go inside. Da-na-na-na. Have the city and my authorities and myself, I hereby offer our gratitude for the rescue. What? We're really safe? Feels like I almost forget what it feels like. I'm in your debt. You saved my bacon. I'll remember your kindness as long as I live. Alive. Imagine that. Alive. Praise to all the good gods. And of course to you, my rescuers. So this is the place? Typical. Where else would paladins hold the line but in a tavern? Help him with the sick. And the gravedigger is working in the kitchen. Welcome. The immediately intimidatingly armor-clad half-orc who met you at the tavern gates smiles with a nod. It's good to see you alive, Ricarth. You too. So, Irabeth. Here's what we're looking at. Demon scum are planning to attack the Defender's Heart. They're gathering their forces at the Tower of Estrad. And they could strike at any minute. I was prowling around listening to their plans and they caught me and dragged me off to their makeshift prison. Here are all the particulars. He hands over a piece of paper folded into quarters. After a moment's hesitation he adds, and my condolences about Anivia. Stay strong, sister. There'll be time for tears later when we win this war. Don't reach for your handkerchief just yet. She smiles. Anivia is still here, alive and well. Go and tell her your exploits. Perhaps she will even remind you that the expected way to report to me is, Commander, I have an urgent report. Not, so Irbeth, here's what we're looking at. Although I wouldn't bet on it. Seriously? She's alive? Praise the savored sting. Goddess of lust and revenge. Oh my. Now I feel like an ass for thinking it's even possible she was dead. I've seen her in action. She has more lives than a cat, that one. There were civilians with us, the townspeople we saved from cultists and monsters. Thank you for finding a way to look out for others as well as yourselves. Saving of a life is an act that gladdens Iomade. Since the attack, Canabras has been left almost leaderless. People like Frida Lindstoten are worth their weight in gold. It will be they who rebuild the city once we have driven the enemy out. I think we will find a way to restore her sight. This Miller of yours, he reminds me of someone. At any other time, I'd have a closer look at him, but we have more pressing concerns right now than fulfilling our duty as city guards. All the same, be careful with that one. I don't think he's who he claims to be. I remember Maestro Langrat Messini. Nevia and I attended one of his performances. He's a remarkable musical talent. Thank you for keeping him safe. Brody told me the trouble you went to save him. That poor wretch had one foot in the grave. Abandoning would have been the easiest thing to do, but you risked your lives to cure him. That wasn't merely the act of a warrior, but of a righteous man. I am proud of the true spirit. The true spirit of the Crusades lives on among us. The spirit of compassion, not war. He turns away from her, his lips turning into a grin. McCarth. Healer and I is an interesting person. She's barely stopped through the tavern door before attending to the 2 wounded soldiers and roundly scolding 5 healthy ones. I can already tell you she's going to make things difficult, but much less difficult than they would be without her. Thank you. You people could have saved all those lives. Mendev will continue to fight only because it has people like you on its side. Aww. Can't fill my belly with thanks. How about you spare us some gold instead? Really? Way to ruin the mood, my dude. Shush you. We saved the people. What else do you want? Are we crusaders or some kind of mercenaries? What's the situation in the city? It's bad, but not hopeless. New fighters are joining us all the time, and those we thought lost are returning to duty. We'll continue to fight. The crusades are not over. We have already stormed the Grey Garrison where the command of the occupied forces is based. Unfortunately, we had to retreat, but we will return. We'll send them straight back to the Abyss. For security reasons, I cannot disclose all the details, but I can tell you one thing. A strike force of brave souls has joined our efforts, led by a truly remarkable individual. If their mission is successful, the enemy will not withstand our counterattack. Can we help with the tower defenses? Your report has helped invaluably. You've had a tough enough time that your legs are barely holding up. Take refuge in the cellar and get some rest. You've earned it. Are you sure? This sounds like an all-hands-on-deck situation to me. Nevia teaches her people well, I see. You have stopped trying to slap me on the shoulder while I'm giving you orders, at least. Yes, Rikarth. I'm sure of my orders. Now, if you'd be so kind, do as you're told. Do we still have time before the battle starts? I think so. You can look around at the tavern, talk to other survivors, have a beer, maybe get some new gear, but whatever you do, don't go past the gate. The monsters could attack at any moment. Beer, conversation, even a little shopping. How I have missed the small pleasures of civilization these last days. Looks like he want to protest, but he just hunches his shoulders and looks aside. Seems that unlike Sendry, he is not overly happy to be back among people. I'll be going now. Alright. When you go into the basement, we will barricade you in from up there. You rest easy while we drive off the demons and their minions. Talk to the tavern people and rest in the cellar. What am I doing? What's this? Burned skin. Ooh. Lacerated hand. If the group escapes, then you praise Abdar that you managed to escape those criminals and make it here. I am Vasily Rathamus. If you need the help of a cleric, I am at your service. Thank you for protecting Frada Linstoten. Once we've won back the city from the monsters, only people like her will be able to rebuild it. I need the help of a cleric. That's what I'm here for. Ooh. This selling is a lot better. Masterwork Greatsword. Masterwork Glaive. Oh my gosh, she's got so much stuff. Wealthy. Be wealthy. I can afford like none of this stuff. It's nice he has it though. Ooh, a knowledge check. I like knowledge checks. Songs were sung from the stage until very recently. Now it's empty, but who knows? Perhaps music will return to this place someday. Beauty is worthy of ballad. Perhaps I'll be able to write it when my hand stops shaking. Ooh, what's this? My son, you're already 10 years old to write these words. I don't know when you will read them, or if you will ever get the chance. I am writing in the city's besieged to Monacord. I have put off accounting year after year, thinking I can feel death breathing down my neck. I don't doubt that our noble family name is mired in disgrace and consigned to obscurity. I'm called a coward traitor, one who forsook his homeland and his family. It doesn't matter to me. As I see it, I owe nothing to the great house Geras. They gave me life, yes, but they took my childhood, youth, denying me love, friendship, joy. I owe them nothing. I never loved your mother, nor she me. Marriages amongst nobility are not broker of love. Brevik Aristocat says the word love, he means obedience. It's in the name of love that your grandfather bid me love that woman. And I obeyed to my sorrow and hers. I comforted myself with the hope that our union would prove fruitless, for I knew that I would be unable to give you anything but the same northern love, cold cruelty that speaks its name in screams and floggings. I resolved to flee when I understood everything with clarity. Brevoy was doomed to civil war. For too long it had two halves, Rostland and Issia. Suffered under the yokes of this forced marriage, as your parents had. I counted among my friends many heroes of Restov who bore the illustrious name Aldori. I knew I would be forced to raise my sword against them when the great houses decided to destroy the very thought of an independent Rostland. It was a burden I knew I could not bear. I turned my back on my homeland and my family and fled to Mendev to join the Crusaders. Whatever horrors awaited me in war against evil incarnate, they could not be more terrifying than the fratricidal slaughter coming for Brevoy. In Mendev, I could be sure who my friends were and who was the enemy. Here I need not wonder if I am fighting for a just cause. Here is where I learned what love is, real love. Goodbye, my son. Know that I regret nothing. I have found my truth and I hope you will find yours. Valesi Geras, foot soldier of the Crusaders. Huh. Now I'll go with that cursed fiend. Why has she come back? Storyteller. So many stars have become intertwined in the city. I can feel another one intertwining. What's this? Arc skin. Nice. Mirror. I thought my owner was up so many times on the way here, and look at me now, still alive. Didn't see that coming. Oh, here's Anevia. There you are. Anivia is the name. Karth told me about your little stroll through the city. Not bad at all. Ever thought of joining an order? There are plenty of spots free in the Eagle Watch right now. Just saying. Oh, really? That's wonderful. Nobody asked me to become a knight before. I wonder why. I thought the orders would be lining up to get a talent like you into their ranks. That's exactly what I thought. But hey-ho, it doesn't matter. Gives you a wink. At least now, they have finally seen our true worth. An Eagle Watch? Sure, why not? Now we're talking, but the rest is up for you. After that trek, you've earned it. Don't worry about the heart. We ain't gonna let nobody in. Tomorrow, I'll let you know what we have going on here, when I can think straight. I don't know why you think being part of the order is like, but prepare to be disappointed. Can I help with the defense? We already did our bit. They can handle it. So you're the person who trained him? He's tough. Right? My school taught him everything he knows. My school and the streets of Canabras. City teaches you things they ain't never heard about in no university. I don't know what they get up to in those universities. I never even gotten as far as the doorstep beneath them. They all gabble nonsense about high standards of scholarship and about the rules for setting out manuscripts. How wide the margins ought to be, what color of ink to use. I think that a true academic should be able to work out such things for themselves. Well, if that's true, then this journey alone should be worth at least one dissertation. He smirks, but it's friendly this time. Heard you died during the doom deck. Don't worry about it. It's not the first time people thought I was a goner. Desna William won't be the last. After our visitors from the wound came calling, I had to go on a little stroll like you lot, but I'm not as easy to bury as some people would like to think. I'm going now. Go put your feet up. Rita? They're the true heroes, they won't surrender. Oh. Arrivals, make yourselves at home. Damn fear. Ooh, look at the eyes on him. Like chips of ice. Barkeep, if you'd be so kind. Stay a little longer at my tankard. I like my beer extra cold. Irritated, Snort turns away. How are things in the tavern? All the others in the city have closed, so things aren't going too bad considering. War is bad for some, but it means business for others, eh? Emil? You. He points at Ricarth. So I have 2 bottles of wine and a whole ham. I should throw you out. Come on, that was 20 years back. I paid you back a long time ago. Are you going to keep bringing it up for the rest of my life? Yes. Do you think this place will hold up to the attack? The tavern? No, but that lot? They'll do it. This is their last chance. Hey, what's he got? Oh, he's got lots of potions. Demon Slay. I want Demon Slayer soup. That sounds cool. Okay, so mostly just potions in there. Demon Slayer soup, huh? New recipe. Okay, Brody. Legs been hurt real bad. They've been through so much. I'll watch over you. Please. You said I could go outside, but don't go outside the gate. Yeah. Love those people. Beth. Johan Bane. Welcome. Nice to see you more. Looks like our city isn't dead. Joran, you old geezer. Good to see you alive and kicking. No demon cast can bring down the Bane brothers, huh? But after all things, you complicate in years. True enough, we're alive. Sadly, I'd give up my life to save a few less hardened folk, but death doesn't take requests. My brother and I are still here. If you want to call that good luck or bad, tell me about yourself. Not much to tell. Smith for years. I worked in Dresden, but then it fell and I moved here. Witnessed the fall? I did. I wish I hadn't. I'm not going to talk about it, so don't ask. It's terrifying and ugly to witness. That's all I can tell you. Sure you asked it most heroically. Instead of an answer, he grimaces. Show me your wares. Okay. Armor. Ooh, magic armor. For bonus to AC versus sneak attacks. Ooh, lots of weapons. Loot. Nice sword archers. A lot of loot around. I'm a fan of additional loot. Give me the loot. Hidden loot. Oh, good hidden loot. Want that. I think I'm the only one using a shield right now, so I will put that on me. He should use this instead of that. Or yeah. Definitely changes longbow to the +1. Okay, let's go down to the basement.
It's done.
Seems that there was something being held here very recently. Okay, well, I guess rest. The earth shakes and the stench of fire fills the air. Battle for tavern has begun. Oh, that's a lot of people. Let's go. Hey, how are they faring without us? I wonder if perhaps we should go up and lend a hand. Everybody said sit tight down here, so we're going to stay here and not get in anybody's way. Hey, what are you doing? Well, maybe then. Ow, my eye. Something is coming. I can feel something very bad. His eye. Oh, I wonder what he has under the covered eye. Whoa. Ah. You're here for me, aren't you? Well then, take me, but leave the others alone. Come, put your little toy down. Whoa. Where the heck?
There he is on yonder hill. I bet he's pulling some awful faces at us from under that ridiculous mask. Yup. Let's wallop him so he sends us back and troubles us no more.
Hold on. Aren't you going to explain any of this? Where are we? Who is that fool in the mask, and what does he want from us?
I don't know. I swear I don't.
You said he was after you, so you do know something after
I
all.
can make a pretty good guess, more like. You see, how do I explain?
You steal a wizard's thing and put it under his eye.
I swear on my fluffy socks that I don't know what I've got myself tangled up in. That fellow's been on my tail for days and days, even before I got to Canaris. I could sense his presence deep in my gut, and that's all I know. I bet he's got something nasty in mind. Hey, you! Why don't you come down here and tell us who you are and what you want from us?
Ah. Yeah, look at that. What did he steal?
At last you're mine. You will pay for making me chase after you for so long. You tried to deny me what was mine by right. And the rod, my rod, you will pay for that.
Who are you?
My face is hidden. My name shrouded in secret. I am a servant of the Great One, and a vessel for his might.
Dun dun dun.
I am nothing, but I am destined for greatness.
The usual cultist gabble. Yes, but it's just empty words.
What do you want from us?
From you, I want you to die. From the gnome, I want a stolen treasure. Something he acquired by chance.
So he did take something.
Power. It is mine. Mine. In the abyss. In the kingdom of my master.
Oh no.
Your master too. The master of all worlds.
What treasure do you want to take from Senju?
It is something that came into his possession by chance.
Shard of the Great One's power.
Something he does not understand. A shard of the Great One's power. The same power resides within me. But I mastered it. I absorbed it. I learned its ways. Once I have gathered all the shards, my master will be
Who does he serve?
reborn. The mortals have forgotten the name of the Great One. They will remember it. They will remember it and tremble. Hear the name of my master and yours, doomed ones. Sithard.
Sithard.
Huh? I thought he was gonna say Baphomet or Discari. Sith who? That's a new one for me.
Yeah. Release him.
I have hunted him for a long time. He is mine, mine by right. He has my treasure. And you do not dare to give me orders. You will all suffer the same fate.
You will be but
frozen bones beneath my feet.
Someone's cocky. Aren't you afraid you'll slip?
Not you.
No.
The gnome. A long time. Too long.
Okay.
Ha! Maybe I didn't know how to wield this power, but I swear on my bandaged eye that I will soon learn. Thanks for keeping him talking. While he was poking around in my head, I was poking around in
Oh,
his.
smart.
All right then, let's get ourselves back home before he gains the upper hand again.
Whose side are you even on? What's going on here?
I'm on our side, of course. Who else's? As for what's going on, I heard the same as you. That scoundrel serves someone called Sithod. No doubt a hideous creature with a name like that. He carries within him a piece of this Sithod's power, and it seems I do too. I don't have a clue what's going on, but everything's relatively clear. All right, enough chit-chat. This villain will come to at any moment and close the portal. Get going. Shoo! Don't you worry about me. I'll be sticking around here.
We have no reason to stay here. Come back with us.
No, 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 no! Remember what happened with the Inquisitors? I understand now. It was my fault. Well, it wasn't exactly my fault, but that rotten scoundrel was after me, and others suffered for it. And the same thing happened in the tavern. That one in the mask won't leave me alone. He'll find me wherever I go, and he'll kill another lot of innocent bystanders in the process.
Trying to play the hero? You'll die here for nothing. Can't you come up with a smarter idea? If I were you... Actually, you know what? I don't give a damn. Do what you want. If you were a little bit smarter, you'd stick with us. If you're just looking to grandstand, have at it. Get frostbite on your ass and die here if it'll make you happy. Come on, let's go home. There's no reason for us to stay here.
That's what I've been telling you. Go! But I'm not running anymore. I'm going to
Not gonna
finish
abandon
this
him.
right now. I've made up my mind, and you won't talk me out of it. I swear on my gold earring. Have you lost your mind? We're in the middle of nowhere, in a blizzard, without hats, gloves, or even a fur coat between us. And now with no way home. You'll live to regret this, mark my words, you will.
Probably.
But, even so, thank you. You are true friends. Your words have warmed my heart. Well, since we're all stuck here now, onward. Let's take down that masked madman.
Yeah. Down with Sithod. We may have made a mistake. Far from the world of mortals, the portal between the plains slammed shut, cutting off the party's way back. They have come so far through the ravages of Canabras, they had evaded so many deadly perils, surely they had not survived all that, only to die without a trace in the freezing cold of the mortal world. Of course not. But the fate of those brave souls long remained a mystery. Oh. Dun dun dun. Okay, well, it looks like we beat the first part of Through the Ashes. The second part is not out yet. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with some Outward.